Welcome to Yo-11 Minutes. Yo-11 Minutes, mostly Vegas, no BS, casino experience, and more. Michael Traeger is a casino and travel loyalty expert who also helps people turn their travel dreams into reality. And now, Michael Traeger. How's it going, Michael?
It's going great as we approach the opening of FB and the end of the year. And I know we got a lot to discuss today, so I'll just let you jump right into the news.
And now it's time for the news and views. It's yet another slow news day, but I figured I would share some holiday things happening at Smith Center this month. A Swingin' Little Christmas, December 15th through the 16th. Classic holiday tunes come to life as Jane Flinch, Kate Flannery, Tim Davis, and the Tony Guerrero Quartet take to the stage in A Swingin' Little Christmas. This hilarious and heartwarming holiday extravaganza promises to be a delightful blend of comedy and music, ensuring a swingin' good time. That's their words, not mine. I don't make corny jokes like that. The Nutcracker, December 8th to the 24th. The Nutcracker is a magical journey through a larger-than-life world filled with waltzing flowers, nimble fairies, and moonlit snow. Las Vegas's favorite holiday tradition is filled with glittering holiday cheer as Clara and her handsome prince travel from the warmth of her family home to a land of toy soldiers, mischievous rodents, and exotic visitors from faraway lands. Earl Turner, Another Very Soulful Christmas, December 21st. Earl Turner returns for another very soulful Christmas. Join Earl and his special guests Eliza Fiorello and Ken Young as they celebrate the holidays, including classic holiday tunes you know and love, as well as a few surprise hits. It will be a Christmas party with music, love, and good cheer. Frankie's Christmas Party, December 22nd through the 23rd. Frankie Moreno brings his highly contagious Christmas party songs and playful stage antics to Myron's. With 17 top 10 albums and being named Las Vegas Headliner of the Year 5 times, Frankie Moreno is consistently breaking records and wowing audiences from coast to coast with his own brand of genre-blurring rock and roll. And finally, An Evening with Seth MacFarlane and Liz Gillies, December 30th, 2023. You know Seth MacFarlane, creator of Family Guy, American Dad, does most of the voices and stuff like that, and that space sci-fi. Anyway, An Evening with Seth MacFarlane and Liz Gillies unfolds with the grandeur of a large orchestra blending the talents of two celebrated actors, vocalists, and longtime friends and collaborators. Join them for a night of lush orchestral jazz duets and comedy that promises to be nothing short of spectacular. And that's going to do it for the news. And now for the views. Michael, what are your thoughts?
I love this rundown of seasonal shows, and all I can think of is I still think that somebody needs to implement my idea of seasonal slot machines. Because I'm still stuck on that. Those are the slot machines that are only brought in for the season. They're the Christmas slot machines. Same ones every year. But anyway, that's yes, same ones. Same Christmas slot machines brought in every year. They're the seasonal ones, then they're removed.
And then they're gone. I am seeing Christmas vacation slot machines popping up. But I haven't seen a Christmas Story slot machine pop up yet, so hopefully sometime soon. But if it hasn't happened by now, it ain't gonna happen.
That's right.
That's just how it is. All right, and now it is time for the tease. Take it away, Michael.
Okay, today's tease was inspired by a comment. It is also a subject that people love to speak about. Jay Scott mentioned that we should talk about having a host, getting a host, what it takes to get one, and if you should fire a host. Well, he went from getting one to firing one in the same sentence. So here we go. When we talk about hosts, the usual wisdom with casino hosts is that a host will find you, you don't find a host. But with that being said, what's the purpose of a host? And most people probably know a lot of this. They can help facilitate and coordinate your trips. They keep you informed of events that you're interested in and offers. They can give you extra perks such as extra free play. They can give you access to special VIP lounges you might not qualify for as per your tier status. That happens in some programs when you're a pretty heavy gambler, but you don't have enough trips to necessarily get to the highest tier status level that might get you into a special VIP lounge, though Vegas Markets is not very VIP lounge friendly because there aren't many. Hosts can also, definitely block a room for you, assign a room type, which you are pretty much so guaranteed to get, as opposed to marketing offers where casinos, usually on marketing offers, especially with comp rooms, the rooms are subject to change and availability. So even if you've booked a room that you really, really want, if it's comp, that can usually change, but hosts can block those rooms. Now, all hosts are not the same, so that's a big thing to think about. The factors that are like the biggest factors that you have to think about are that hosts are going to have some kind of expectation of keeping track of your play. Hosts will, of course, work with you based on your play. If you have a trip that's less play or less coin in than you regularly would, maybe because of a large loss, maybe because of some social events, hosts can also give you discretionary comps. That's a biggie. And usually they have an additional bucket that they can do from those comps. And those are comps that are differentiated from your earned comps or like your redeemable points that you can use to comp yourself. Casinos love to say that. This is also when people refer to a host, they say, hey, I checked out and they picked up all my charges. That's usually, referring to a host that's discretionary comps. So they've picked up all of your charges afterwards. Now, what's interesting about some programs is some programs require that they use all of your redeemable or earnable comp dollars before discretionary comps. Other programs will let you keep all of your earned comps and will apply discretionary comps. That's really great if it's a property that has great shopping on a one-to-one basis and you can use all your points for shopping and all of your hotel food and beverage and room stuff is taken care of by discretionary. And all of this stuff varies a lot because even properties that do want to use your redeemable points first before discretionary comps, they will make exceptions about that for rather large players. So don't think anything has to be a certain way. Who should use a host? That's a good one. Anyone who consistently plays with a casino and wants to be handled. Or married to a casino. We dealt with that last episode. And quite frankly, the most important factor is that your play is consistent. If your play is consistent and you're consistently going to play at a specific level that qualifies you for a host, then it is going to be positive. You might also consider independent hosts who handle a number of different properties, so then you have one relationship with one person who can handle numerous properties. Caesars has a program called National Casino Marketing. Really, really good program. Those hosts are independent, but they work with Caesars, and Caesars has a National Casino Marketing team, which is a liaison on the property that can help you. Yes. And who should not use the host? Or use a host? Well, basically, if you don't qualify for one, you don't play very much, you don't use a host. But anyone who likes to hustle casino offers, so if you play a bunch, get casino offers, and want to come back and maybe not play at the same level, maybe just not have stress about playing, maybe not comfortable with asking for things, or feel that your play might not be consistent, probably better just to use your marketing offers without any expectations. Remember, hosts can, if you play consistently and you're a consistent player at a property, a host's going to be able to book you without the marketing offers. A host's going to be able to adjust your free play and do all that kind of stuff. So once again, that gets back into somebody who is more like in a married situation with a property and is very consistent. Firing a host. That's an interesting one. Sometimes maybe your host is awful. Unfortunately or fortunately, I'm not sure how you would think about this. This is often a sign that they don't really value your play or you as a player. Yes, there are some exceptions to that, but usually if a host feels that you are not as good of a player as they thought you were going to be or as consistent, they might not pay that much attention to you because they're going to pay attention to people who bring the casino more value, who are bigger players, who produce more theoretical, and also sometimes produce much higher losses. you can address that with your host, or you could try to find another host on property that you happen to like if you have a strong trip. Also, remember, a lot of properties use, for not the largest players, they use teams of hosts that you can speak to that can take care of things for you on property. So, but just remember, this whole firing a host kind of thing, probably some of it has to do with you too. So you shouldn't get insulted. I mean, you should be doing whatever you can do to optimize your comps. So it's not personal. And quite frankly, I've had, I used to have a host at Wynn, and then Wynn decided that I didn't really rate a host anymore. The ironic thing, well, that was like coming out of COVID. But the funny thing about that is my offers have been better now than they were when I had a host. So go figure. I'm not really sure. And also, that's another really good thing to remember. Criteria's change at properties. When business gets better, sometimes hosts, they have so many players that are much larger than you, and you are the true small fish in the host or hosted world.
Nicely done and well put. I just want to mention real quick that we are a mere hours away from the opening of Fontainebleau tonight. Michael and I would have attended, however, we kindly declined their invitation. I'm kidding. We did not get any goddamn invitations at all. They have no idea who we are, and that's okay.
It got lost. It got lost in the mail.
That must be it. Yeah, it got lost in your mail. Got lost in mine. That's got to be it.
Can you imagine? It got lost in the mail to two people simultaneously, and then Scott got our invitation.
Wouldn't that be funny? I'm glad he's in such a better mood about them now than he was a week ago.
Yes, that's for sure. But it's okay. You know what? I went to there was only one opening that I really I know. There was one opening that I really wanted to go to, and that was Circa, and I went to Circa. So I feel good about that. And also, that opening was more special because it was the only COVID casino opening.
It was, yeah. I wasn't there. I wanted to be, but I wasn't because the person I was with at the time and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I didn't want to catch COVID and give it to her. Anyway, but Scott, I will say this, sent me a picture of a plaque next to Mega Bar. And it was a catchphrase on top, Girth Bar, because that's the joke that the internet had going about what's the name Mega Bar, because there's already a long bar, so Mega Bar. And he's like, it sends me a picture, but I see Vital Vegas is circled on the plaque. So I just saw that. I was like, oh, wow, that's cool, man. Congratulations. And he's like, no, you idiot, read the whole thing. And Vegas Bright was there as well. Vegas Bright was the multi-writer blog that I founded and was chief editor of. So because Scott sent me that picture and because, the folks at Circa were kind enough, that just made my year. I felt like I still existed in Vegas. So it was just very nice.
That was so cool. And for those who don't know, Scott is Vital Vegas.
Yeah, that's the Scott we're referring to.
Yeah, but that's great stuff. No, really, really good stuff.
Before we get going, do you have any closing remarks or anything that's on your mind?
No. Oh, yes, maybe. We got a good fun suggestion from Sean on X, and he is ATX Vegas fan, and he said, "Why not call our final show the Year-End Yo?"
I like it.
So there we go. Year-End Yo. We got it.
Yo.
Thank you, Sean. We need this assistance. And Joseph had a great comment about getting married to properties, and he said he sadly separated from Wynn Rewards this month after offers were cut. His divorce will be final, his divorce from Wynn, in January when Black Tier runs out. The judge ruled I can keep my winnings from all 3 hand pays this year and retain possession of my MacBook Pro bought with comp dollars. So I am very happy that the divorce is being finalized, and it's okay, move on and find your next casino.
Exactly. Alrighty, well, that's going to do it for this episode. Luxury travel booking, TravelZork Travel. Visit us at TravelZorkTravel.com to plan your next amazing vacation. And please join the conversation on social media. You can find us easily. All social platforms are at TravelZork. We'll see you next time.